Hey people, Scott Hayden from Road to VR here, reporting from Gamescom 2015 in beautiful Cologne, Germany. I'm sitting down with my good friend and ally Ville Kevista and Olli Sinerva. Very close to the actual pronunciations, I've been told. So, Minefield Games, your new VR game Pollen. We have seen this before, haven't we? When's the last time we saw this?
I think the last time we chat with Road to VR was also in Gamescom, like almost 1 year ago. So it was with Paul, if I remember correctly, and I think things have changed a bit after that, to the better. We have nowadays it's DK2, we are going for HTC Vive support, and last time we met it was DK1, and well...
Yeah, the game has progressed quite far from that.
So you picked up HTC Vive support, or at least you have an HTC Vive in your possession. How is that going to change the way Pollen is played?
Well, it will just add to the experience. I mean, when you have a proper large positional tracking, when you have hand controllers, it will just add to the immersion.
It adds the level of VR that we are supporting, because we support like traditional monitor, and then we support Oculus, then we start to support the hand controllers, then we start to support the lighthouse and movement and so on. So
Lighthouse is really a spectacular thing for what you're doing, because it's giving you the chance to pick things up and explore your world a little bit more. What is that going to do for you? How is that going to change the way that we play Pollen?
Well, it's not going to change that much, it's going to enable more. So like instead of walking with a stick, you can actually use your legs to walk to the location. And because we're doing a first-person game, what Vive does and what does that do, it removes the simulator sickness of locomotion totally. So now we have gotten it to like minimum, but of course people, especially without VR legs or who are new to VR or who are really prone to simulator sickness, might get it. It happens even on a roller coaster, but it does happen truly on first-person movement too.
And it will really even like add to the experience. I mean, you will feel the presence even stronger. The immersion will be even, higher.
Now, I just got out of it. You put me in for about 10 minutes. I got to walk around the entire level that you have for your demo. I felt that there was definitely a strong sense of presence with your items. Why do you bring so much? Why do you put so much emphasis on the small things inside Pollen?
Well, those are the things that make the presence feel that good. I mean, without that detail, it just feels a prop. It doesn't feel like a real living world where you are interacting with the environment.
It also keeps the world more interesting. Like if I pick up a badge to Gamescom and I look like, what is here on the behind and what can I find here? It brings more to the exploration. That is one reason too behind the detail.
Now it seems, the last time we talked with you, you said that this is pretty much a large mystery, that you weren't ready to reveal anything quite yet. We've gone through a little bit of it. I'm getting a sense that there's a story developing and that there's a much larger world outside. What is outside this base?
Outside this base is, well, our inspirations were Solaris in 2001, like we said before. What we didn't tell at that point is that we went with that world. So the world of Pollen is pretty much similar. So space race continued as it did. People advanced to the stars, and there are a huge amount of space colonies around there. We have some on the moon, some on Titan, and now there's a job opening on Titan. Something has happened. And, well, you begin the game by applying to this position. And if you are to accept it, like going with these Mission Impossible terms, you find yourself really quickly inside a dropping pod, going towards Titan and hearing what is going to happen next.
I'm definitely very excited to see what's going to happen next, because there's so much going on in it that I think I could probably just get lost in the kitchen. Ville, you showed me before on one of the things that you could just throw a beer can in the microwave and microwave it. Why are these little things so important?
Well, those are things that make the game fun, and actually we don't want to... we want player to be able to do whatever the player wants. I mean, it's virtual reality. and we want it to feel reality. And in reality, I can put a beer can in a microwave. I won't, but in virtual reality, I can.
I dare you.
So we'd said before that you are targeting the HTC Vive. How is that going to change the way we play it? Because there are 15 by 15 foot tracking spaces involved, and I've seen some of the spaces in Pollen are quite larger than that.
Well, there are many design solutions that we could use. We could go for, well, teleportation is something, we could just use the motion control movement. It's pretty much the same when we are designing for Oculus. We design for a movement space of this large. If we are designing for a small Vive room, we are designing for this size. It really doesn't matter that much. It's the movement design which is the key. And now we are experimenting with different kind of solutions there. And of course we will also support Morpheus. That is
And whatever the solution will be, we don't want it to require, a certain size of area, what you need to have. I mean, whatever the size your room has for HTC Vive or whatever VR headset, we want it to be playable with that.
Now, what's the design philosophy behind all of this? I've seen that there's inspiration, obviously, from 2001 Space Odyssey. Even the name of the corporation that we're supposedly working for is called Rama Industries. A quick nod to Arthur C. Clarke's Rendezvous with Rama. Why all of this? Why is it so important to keep these design elements?
Well, we are sci-fi fans and we are trying to do a sci-fi game.
even the names of the characters you meet in the game and who are inside the base, well, they are also nods to those people. If you know your science fiction history, well, you probably know who is, for example, Iron Lem is one of the characters in the game.
And it's like, even I probably don't know all the details we have there in the game, because everyone can add them whenever they feel good. So.
And also we took some kind of newer material also. For example, the Rama Industries itself. Somebody could say there are some similarities between that and Dharma Initiative, which is now from Lost.
It definitely gave me the Lost feeling, because everything is, when you get into it, almost everything is from Rama Industries. You are owned by Rama Industries. Because it is so mysterious, I did some digging and I looked on your website, and it seems that there's maybe, if you could consider, a few Easter eggs. In particular, I'd like to read one and see what you have to say about this, because I know you're still keeping it pretty secretive about the actual narrative of the story. At the very bottom of your screenshot site, it says, viewing this website acts as acknowledgement that Rama Industries, space travel, planetary communications, asteroid mining, and exoplanetary research cannot be held responsible for work-related accidents. There's going to be work-related accidents.
And those are achievements.
Those are achievements.
It depends what you put into the microwave.
The beer can, hopefully not. Which may occur during the 2-year work contract as part of participation in the company technician program RTP-2A. The contract will be null and void no earlier than 1999.
It has several tips of the game world. For example, the game happens in the year 1995 in a bit of a parallel way how our world went. Another tip there's a 2-year contract which may tell something about it, and how the game begins is that you apply for this job. So you are searching for a job. That's pretty much the story behind the website. Also something that nobody ever noticed, not even our company, that our website is meant to be watched in the dark on a mobile device. That's how you see what it looks really like.
If there's anything that you could tell people that are about to get into Pollen, what would it be? How do I approach Pollen differently from other experiences or games?
You need to answer.
It's maybe a loaded question.
Yeah, well, what sort of makes Pollen different is that we really want to put you into the main as a main character in the game. So you're the one who actually encounters everything and for whom everything happens.
The thing is that the story really much depends on what you do.
Yeah.
What you really want to do yourself, that is how the story goes. It's a pretty much a movie in that sense.
Yeah, but you're not following the story, but you're experiencing it yourself. Especially if you play in VR, it's even stronger, the effect.
Well, guys, I really appreciate your time with me today. Maybe I'll swing back by again and see if I can jump in again because it's just so cool. Ville, really appreciate it. Olli, thank you very much.
Thank you.